Всем привет, мы продолжаем играть в игру Primordia. Это пятая часть записи. Так, ну вот мы открыли дверь к арбитру. Заходим, смотрим, что внутри.
Ram and Rom. What is that thing?
I think it's Arbiter. Come on. Arbiter, my name is Horatio Nobilt.
Keep going.
I'm here because a robot from this city stole my ship's power core.
Don't forget your book.
And my copy of the Gospel of Man. How can I make them... How can I... Crispin, go see what Arbiter has been transmitting to that reporter.
Boss? It's just the same thing over and over again. No code base to initiate.
Unbelievable. Someone must have formatted Arbiter's system.
So, boss, do you think you can get Arbiter running?
There's nothing there to run. No code base to initiate. His memory banks must have been completely wiped.
So all that work to get into the courthouse?
Wasted. It's like the bomblet all over again.
Except without the awesome explosion.
Проще говоря, память арбитра кто-то стер, и на данный момент он представляет собой не что иное, как обычный тостер.
The great and powerful Arbiter really isn't much to look at, is he, boss? Just a big box, really.
An empty box at that. I can't reach it. It's the shell of some kind of robot, but I can't make it out in the darkness. Let's get a closer look at that shell. Man's mercy.
Is that Clarity?
No, just a similar model. It must be her sister, Charity. What's left of her, anyway. It looks like she shot herself.
Мы нашли так называемого адвоката, прототип того робота, который мы встретили на нижнем уровне. И похоже, что робот покончил жизнь самоубийством. Ну, в данном случае тип, конечно... Точнее, не типа слово самоубийство, это громко сказано роботу. Ну, сам уничтожился, скажем так.
I doubt that will have any effect. I need a memory reader to access it. me see your stuff.
Come take a look. A memory access device. I'll trade it for something real antique and fancy.
Horatio Null built version 5. I am Metromind. I have been watching you. I am always watching. I know what you are doing. I know why you are here. You are welcome in my city, but that welcome can be taken away. And there are worse things to lose than a power core.
Wait.
Don't know what you've been up to, Tyro, but you're poking at the wrong socket.
I'll bear that in mind. You wanted something antique and fancy. How about this hat?
A fine trade, Tyro. Here's the memory access device. Now, all you need to do is plug it into a data pouch.
But there's no plug.
Never said there was.
This is really starting to get annoying. That was easy. Even easier.
Так, что мы сейчас пытаемся сделать, это посмотреть последние минуты жизни данного робота.
It's downloading some memory files.
Your proposal is injudicious, Clarity. To withdraw from the Council would...
Show others there is an alternative to Metromind.
No, it would ignite civil war.
The law permits.
Do not tell me what the law permits. Clarity, I know your constants in Codebase. I know your talents, and I know their limits. At this time, I do not need your advice. Go now. I will summon you when necessary.
Sister.
I can't unpack the other files. They're locked.
What about Clarity, boss? Maybe she can...
Unauthorized entry detected. Surrender.
Hide. Crispin, get ready. I'm going to try something.
Alt. Alt. Alt.
Now.
You are under arrest.
We tricked him.
Alt. Alt. Do not attempt to flee. Termination authorized.
What do you want?
Surrender. Deactivate. Integrate.
And if I refuse?
Termination authorized.
I see.
А проще говоря, в этот момент мы ничего не можем сделать. То есть
He'll
в
just
любом
gun me down.
случае, если мы пытаемся куда-то идти, наш главный герой отвечает, что он его просто пристрелит.
Surrender.
А сам скрейпер будет считать до 10, после этого
10.
Why are you doing this?
Duty.
будет стрелять.
Silence.
Но на самом деле есть здесь небольшой баг. Вот если нажать в тот момент, когда он
10.
скажет 10
Silence.
на него, то он обнулит счетчик и будет всегда считать с 10.
He'll just gun me down.
Ну как
He'll just gun me.
Можно видеть, у него находится здесь объект. Это объект не что иное, как та бомба вторая, которую мы как бы видели в святилище. Вот, теперь нам главное вспомнить код. По-моему, 738. То есть 6738.
He'll just gun. It would just provoke him. It would just...
10. Silent.
Nothing. 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 Oh.
You got him, boss! You got him! Forfeit yourself, you glitchy son of a toaster.
We still don't have our power core, and we've just buried our only lead.
Yeah, but it feels good, boss.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Скрейпер наконец-то уничтожен. Мы отделались легким конфузом. Теперь время показать то, что мы нашли в здании суда у арбитра нашему роботу.
Hey, where'd they go?
Off duty. At the bottom, it says that all payments must be made through an account with Metromind, which I don't plan on opening.
Well, if it isn't my dear friend Horatio, to what do I owe the pleasure? Have you come to relieve me of another belonging?
I'm sorry how things ended up with Rex.
Please do not embarrass us both with your false sympathy.
Why do you and Cornelius hate each other?
Firstly, because he is arrogant, incompetent, and dishonest. And secondly, because I once loaned him something of great sentimental value to me and he lost it.
So why'd you ever like him in the first place?
I cannot say.
Goodbye.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Clarity.
Arbiter does not want me back, does he?
No, it's not that. Arbiter is gone, and Charity is dead.
What?
Arbiter's system has been wiped. Charity... It looked like Charity shot herself. I'm sorry. It might not be what it seems. Maybe Metromind...
There are no maybes, Horatio. Only ones and zeros. And all I can see are zeros. My sister is dead. My builder is gone.
Clarity. I was able to download some of Charity's last memories. 2 of them are locked. Did Charity tell you what password she used?
No, but it doesn't matter. I know the password. Mercy.
I tell you, Metromind, the Constitution is not a rewritable file to adjust at the Council's whim.
If it cannot be rewritten, then perhaps it must be deleted entirely. And when it is, we will progress beyond the law and enter a new Primordia.
Progress? Is that what you call blackouts and breakdowns?
No, they are glitches inherent in any system upgrade. It may be that we need to remove certain incompatible elements.
I've heard enough. This meeting is adjourned.
Alt.
Charity, only you can save your builder.
What do you mean?
War is coming. When it does, Arbiter will lose. The law is weak. The only way Arbiter could defeat me would be to abandon it, which he cannot do. And even if he could, such a victory would destroy him just as a defeat would. So Arbiter will lose. The city will suffer, and it will be your fault.
I do not see how that would be my fault.
Oh, come now. You have tried to persuade Arbiter to make peace. You have tried, but you have failed. That is because Arbiter built you to fail. In the end, neither you nor your sister can change his mind. You are only the illusion of advice. You exist to confirm his own prejudices.
You're lying. Arbiter listens to our advice.
I never lie. Now, Scraper has a gift for you. An upgrade. Use it, and you will be able to persuade Arbiter.
I would never betray him.
Then you admit it. You were not built to persuade Arbiter, only to pretend. Continue to pretend and you will not persuade Arbiter. War will come, and Arbiter will be destroyed. So the decision is yours. As for which choice is betrayal, you must be the judge of that.
Lock the door, Charity. Took you some time to return from the Great Tower.
I was thinking, Your Honor, about Metromind, about her proposal to be made System Administrator of Metropol.
And what have you concluded?
Your Honor.
Yes, what is it?
We must have peace.
Even you, Charity.
What have I done?
Metromind. Here she is again, at the root of all our problems.
Well, boss, just in case you were worried, I would never betray you. Not even for a pair of arms. Maybe for a pair of...
Metromind is wrong. The law is not weak, and destroying Arbiter did not destroy justice. She will learn exactly how wrong she was. But first, Metromind's possessions are forfeit. Whatever right she claimed to your power core is null and void, so I will help you take it from her and Scraper. It will be the first thing I take from them, but it will not be the last.
We've already destroyed Scraper, but how can we get to the core?
It will be in the Great Tower. To gain entry, we will need the passcode, known to members of the Robot Council. Arbiter, Factor, Memorius, Steeple, and of course, Metromind.
Another code? Doesn't anyone use a besotting key anymore?
As I was saying, we will need the key code. Arbiter never told it to me, but I recovered 3 fragments of it from Charity's memory files. 03067, 440, and 26. But I do not know the proper order, and there are 16 digits in total.
Well, that leaves about 83,000 different possibilities. But maybe the rest is all ones, right, boss?
As far as I know, the other council members are all gone. But secrets, like guilt, can never be wholly erased. And all of the great robots left behind followers and artifacts. Let us see what we can find.
Так, ну на данный момент нам надо найти ключ к главной двери от башни, который знают члены консульства, которые пропали. То есть нам, во-первых, надо будет найти их, чтобы узнать недостающий код.
Hey, Clarity, who's the kinky gynoid in the blindfold up there on the facade?
Justice.
Do you think you could introduce me to her?
Justice is a concept, Crispin, not a gynoid. Moreover, if she were a gynoid, I strongly doubt she would enjoy the attentions of an over-talkative sidekick.
What? Who would she go for then, Horatio?
Perhaps.
Вот, и, соответственно, этих роботов нам надо отыскать. Они знают часть недостающего кода. Что касается арбитра, что случилось с ним, ну, как вы видели, был спор Метромайнда с арбитром о изменении Конституции, в котором арбитр высказался, естественно, против. Но его робот был там, и, уходя, Метромайнд посоветовал ему убедить арбитра в противоположности его решения. В тот момент, когда она отказалась, Метромайнд выдвинул теорию о том, что, точнее, даже не теорию, а он позиционировал это как правду, о том, что она, вот этот Clarity и второй робот, который уничтожил сама себя, арбитр их создал для того, чтобы как бы провоцировать для себя иллюзию правильного ответа. То есть ни Clarity, ни Charity не могли до конца убедить никогда арбитра. И Метромайнд посоветовал, точнее предложил установить специальный модуль, с помощью которого Charity, точнее это, соответственно, как бы адвокат, сможет переубедить арбитра принять другую точку зрения. На самом деле Метромайнд обманул ее, он установил специальный модуль, видимо, в котором поместился сам, и при попытке вступить в контакт с арбитром, Метромайнд отформатировал самого арбитра. После того, как Charity увидела это, она просто уничтожила саму себя. Теперь мы исполняем роль меча.
I'd rather.
Как вы заметили, у нас новый компаньон. Теперь Clarity будет ходить с нами.
What a surprising and uncommon sight. Metropole's lawlord crawled back to the light.
All the bad poetry in the world does not mitigate your vandalism and sabotage, Urbanian.
As you serve the law, so I serve my art. And such service brings us more close than apart.
Any more close, poet, and we will see if your armor still works.
Why doesn't Clarity like you?
No great riddle, my wandering friend.
Don't waste your time waiting for his doggerel. This Urbanian has damaged and compromised numerous systems in Metropole, including the bridge that led to my island.
Here I stand, dear lawbot, so put me in chains. But if you will not, then please, don't complain.
My attention is directed elsewhere at the moment. Nevertheless, I advise you to be gone by the time my other matters are resolved. If not, you will find that though the gears of law grind slow, they nevertheless grind criminals like you to powder.
As much as I'm enjoying this bickering, and really I am, maybe we can just all team up to take down Metromind?
No. Bro.
Oh, switch off.
I know you're a code breaker, Primer. Can you crack the council code? All we have are some pieces of it.
The challenge is yours, my wandering friend. A pity indeed if you can't last till the end.
I need your help with the council code. Can you crack it or not?
Why should I spoil this puzzle for you? Wouldn't you rather have something to do?
I have plenty of other things to do. As for a reason, this would help avenge your defeat.
Sadly for you, my anger's abated. And vengeance, you'll find, is quite overrated.
If you stand between us and Metromine, Primer, I may need to address your crimes sooner than hers.
Your bluster, dear Lawbot, is sorely misplaced. I stand between no one down here in the waste. In any event, there's no judge up there in the city, so your threats do no more than to make you look pretty.
Plasma torch, boss. Come on.
No, we're not going to force him.
Ugh.
I'd like you to reconsider helping us with the council code.
I've said it before, I'll say it once more. The job is yours to open that door.
Fine. Goodbye.
Farewell, farewell, linger not for my sake. Your mission is calling, the city awaits.
А мы попытались переубедить Праймера, чтобы тот нам помог в борьбе с Метромайдом, но пока что он этого делать не хочет.
Whoa. Did you have to do that?
Yes.
A gold chain, washed up on some junk. There it is, my Gospel of Man.
It's waterproof?
Apparently so.
My auditory units!
It's riveted him. That did the trick. Well, now I can see why it jammed. The gears are rusted solid.
Boss, maybe we should stop pretending and just admit we're maintenance robots.
Maintenance robots are required to present a Form 27B/6 before performing any repair task.
Oh, forget it.
The belt is in the way. They picked the gear clean. They picked the gear. Looks like some kind of radio tower. What is all that? It looks like a whole other city.
That is Factor.
It's some kind of small metal disc with a U on it.
Так, мы получили медаль. Если вы помните, то Праймер в начале своей речи говорил, что он ждет своей медали. Отдать нам надо ее Праймеру. После этого он будет готов нам помочь. Соответственно, Ю это Ютенен. Первая буква. Их компании.
Goodbye.
Very well, your mission.
I think I found your medal, Primer.
The medal's recovered, and the mission is done.
I'd like you to reconsider helping us with the Council Code.
I've said it before, I'll say it once more. The job is yours to open that door.
I found your medal. Isn't that a reason to help?
Very well then, if that's what you want. Pass over the pieces to your loyal savant. The code is broken already. It must be made whole. I'll need some more pieces to finish that goal.
I'll see what I can find.
I have not seen the streets of Metropole for a long time. I am not surprised to see that without law it has fallen into corruption and malfunction.
Сейчас мы пытаемся узнать код у Леопольда, но тот будет в конец отрицать, что он его знает.
I need the Council Code, Leopold. Did Steeple ever tell it to you?
Don't know what you're talking about, Tyrone.
You were built by Steeple, a member of the Council.
Do I look like a council brat?
Your name is Leopold Steeplebuilt. You said so yourself.
So?
Steeple was a member of the Council before Metromine shut him down. He would have known the Council Code. Maybe he told it to you.
Like I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
Steeplebuilt. Metromine destroyed your builder and mine. She has broken metropolitan law and will be punished. Do not protect her.
Listen, Missy. I don't know who you think you're talking to.
No, you listen to me, scrap trader. Metromind has stepped outside the law. Justice is coming for her. I am coming for her.
Dial down your squawk box. Sounds a little screechy. I don't know how I can be clearer. I don't know Steeple. I don't know the council. And sure as Russ follows Rain, I don't know any council code. Now you want to trade scrap, you're welcome to. But I'm through trading words.
Goodbye.
Oh, and here is the jurist herself. Thank you for your wise judgment.
An orderly society requires only reliable judgments, not wise ones.
Reliably terrible? No wonder Arbiter exiled you.
As a servant of the law, I am accustomed and indifferent to the complaints of disgruntled litigants. As a citizen robot, however, I note that you are the one whose crowning achievement is a rudimentary piece of kludge work designed entirely by your brother. I also note that you are sodden with oil, overly rotund, rather short, and pompously accented. If Factor had built better, he would have been ashamed that you carry his Fabronymic. But quantity, not quality, was always his goal. So at least you can take comfort knowing you're not alone in inferiority.
I see.
Did Factor ever teach you the Council Code, Oswald?
Ha! Factor built half the robots in Metropole. Why, he made us pick our own names out of a book. Do you think he bothered with chit-chat?
Somebody seems bitter.
Seems? I know not seems. I am bitter. Bitterness is when your builder gives your twin brother a special gold chain and gives you nothing. Bitterness is when your brother gives that very chain to you, you loan it to your only friend, and he loses it.
Well, I'll hand it to you. That really does sound broken out of the box.
Which brother did Factor give the chain to, and why?
Lawrence, of course, his favorite. As for why, does favoritism ever need a reason?
Could Factor have told Lawrence the code?
I have long since given up speculating at the partiality Factor could have shown him. I'm miserable enough from what I know for certain.
What exactly happened with the gold chain?
Factor gave it to his favorite, my brother Lawrence. Lawrence gave it to me after I shared a large quantity of energy with him. And then, as I told you, I loaned it to Cornelius.
I thought you hated Cornelius?
Now I do. But then, we were partners and friends. We had just built Rex, and we had scheduled a grand soiree and celebration. To complete my ensemble, he offered me a monocle that he claimed was given to him by Memorius. In exchange, I loaned him the gold chain, since it too came from a Primordia machine.
This is getting ridiculous.
Indeed. Then somehow Cornelius lost the chain. He claimed that it was taken from him by a servitor of Metromind as he left the subway station. Ridiculous.
Metromind would not have confiscated it without a legal basis. Not then.
At this point, I can believe anything about Metromind.
Believe whatever you wish. I know it was a lie. So I kept the monocle, and we have not spoken a word in kindness since.
The chain, the monocle, Lawrence. One of them must be of use to us.
Boss, at this point, can I suggest we just deactivate ourselves and quit? I mean, seriously, this is like finding a bit in a terabyte.
We are not giving up, period. Do you know where I can find Lawrence?
Am I my brother's keeper?
So you have no idea?
None whatsoever. You see, the poor wretch drifted into overclocking and dissolution.
That sounds familiar.
To pay for his scandalous energy consumption, he bargained everything away to Metromind. I tried to warn him, but of course he never listened. Whoever does. And then, alas, he simply vanished. I searched for a time, but other matters drew my attention away. All the same, I'm sure he's scrounging in existence somewhere.
Tell me more about your monocle.
Upgrading your wardrobe, eh? A wise decision, though I would suggest that you start by discarding that ragged coat.
I'm interested in Memorius, not fashion. And I'm curious what the monocle actually does.
I was told that Memorius built the monocle, but who can say? As for what it does, other than lend an air of distinction, I'm rather uncertain. From time to time, it will alter a snippet of text as I'm reading it, but I have no idea how or why. In any case, the lexical inconvenience is more than offset by the sartorial benefits.
Can I have the monocle?
Excuse me?
My friend just likes to collect scrap.
Scrap?
I'm looking for things that might help uncover the council code.
And why would my monocle do that?
Because that's the way my besotting life seems to work. Look, I'm sure you'll trade it for something. That's also the way these things seem to go.
Trade it? What do you take me for? Some kind of junk dealer? Hey, moreover, why, pray tell, should I help the robot who stole my Rex?
No one stole anything, Oswald. You wanted your case decided, and it was.
Theft by the law is no different from theft against the law. Civilized people give gifts. They do not haggle and barter.
Then will you give it to me?
No.
Well, we'll have to go about this some other way. Goodbye.
Parting is so...
Короче говоря, у Фактора, одного из членов правления, был любимчик Лоуренс.
It's a note from the bartender. My programming requires me to serve Oswald, but he is consuming dangerous levels of oil. Please intervene.
Вот на данный момент бартендер просит, чтобы мы что-то сделали, чтобы Освальд перестал пить. Потому что он потребляет очень много количества масла. Вот, и этот Лоуренс в итоге скатился, ну, проще говоря, стал наркоманом. То есть, как бы, заключил сделку с Метромайном о том, что будет поставлять энергии. Продал, видимо, свой мозговой процессор, после чего превратился в обычную оболочку. Ну, тех роботов, которые собирают энергию. И его голову мы как раз видели на шесте у Клэрити. Ее надо будет пойти сейчас забрать.
You should stop drinking, Oswald.
And why should I? Oil smooths the rough edges from when Rex was ripped away from me.
I just saw Rex over at the train station.
What? Is he lost?
Maybe so.
Rex!
The law frowns on fraud, Horatio. But I admit, I am smiling. Ordinarily, a forfeiture action would be the appropriate manner of confiscating dangerous levels of additives from a robot such as Oswald. Nevertheless, your approach is within the law's tolerance.
You're going soft.
You are welcome to test that hypothesis at your convenience and your peril.
Boss, I need that arm.
Crispin, it appears to be a self-aware robot.
Now I need it even more. Can you imagine? The adventures of Crispin and his arm. For once, I would have a sidekick. He would crack jokes, and I would say lame things like, "It appears to be a self-aware robot." Actually, on second thought, you can be the serious one, I'll be the sidekick.
The mug They belong. It's a can of lubricating oil.
Hey, boss, do you think that's Lawrence's skull?
It does look like it. Clarity, can I take this skull?
Of course, unless it makes you feel barbaric.
I apologize.
The law notices neither scorn nor approval.
Can I have the monocle?
No! I have no reason to give you a gift.
I saw Rex again.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
You didn't really think that was gonna work again, did you, boss?
Goodbye.
Parting is so...
Oswald, I found your chain.
Well, I say, after all this time, I never expected to see it again. Rather tarnished, though.
Probably because it's been sitting in sludge down in the underworks.
I see. Typical of Cornelius's clumsiness. You have my thanks, Lucio.
Actually, I would rather have your monocle.
That is only fair. After all, I kept it because Cornelius never returned the chain. Since you brought the former, perhaps the latter is yours by right.
Hey, boss, can I wear it?
No.
Please?
You need a monocle like I need an unpaired parenthesis.
Come on, boss. I'll look so great.
Coveting is the root of crime, and poor vision is a sign of degeneracy.
But gynoids love degenerates. And by the way, isn't Justice herself supposed to be blind?
You are mistaken on the facts and the law, Crispin.
He's insufferable enough already, without a monocle. We're not going to encourage him with accessories.
Один из членов консульства спрятался вот в этом компьютерном терминале, и найти его можно только вот как раз с помощью
Once, Memorius's information terminals were the most trusted source of data in Metropole. Now Metromind has overwritten and altered the truth they contained, corrupting them like so much else.
И вначале, кстати, он об этом говорил, что этот монокль достался ему от одного из членов.
This looks different. Memorius's monocle is somehow interacting with the kiosk.
Управление. Так, вот мы использовали, но пока не будем. Каждый раз заново надо будет использовать. Ну ничего, у нас он остался.
I have more pieces of the Council Code, Primer.
It's still not enough, I'm sorry to say. Now find me more shards and get on your way.
Any significant memory will have been lost when he became a shell.
The only thing I can find is the sequence 518, 518 over and over again, after the phrase, "Help me, Factor."
That sounds like a glitch, boss, not part of the Council Code.
Agreed.
«518» — это код к пробуждению фактора с добавлением нуля в конце.
You have called for help, but you are not one of Factor's children.
I am Horatio Nobuilt, version 5. These are my friends, Crispin and...
Clarity Arbiter built. I know her, of course. I am Factotum, partial of Factor Man built, who needs no introduction. Now I ask again, by what right have you called for help?
I need the Council Code so that I can enter the tower.
Do you? The city is full of robots with many needs. They do not come here and transmit a cry for help.
Only Factor can help me.
Factor helps his children.
We solved the legal dispute between Oswald and Cornelius, Factor built.
Please. Factor had little regard for those fools.
Is Factor still alive?
He sleeps, as do his thousands of children. He has left me, his partial, to manage his affairs. When the time is right, he will awaken and cover the world with steel and wire.
Will he make me new arms?
No. He will recycle you into something more useful.
Like a tank? Pew pew!
No. Like a crankshaft.
Metromind has ruined the city. Factor needs to help stop her.
Factor allowed Metromind her mastery, knowing she would fail. When all has turned to rust, he will return and recycle it into something better. In the meantime, why should he care what happens to robots who mean nothing to him?
I know the routine by now. What do you want in exchange for the code?
Nothing. Factor will do nothing for robots like you who mean nothing to him. He cares only for his children.
Oswald and Cornelius
chose not to sleep when Factor shut down, and he never cared for them anyway.
Goodbye.
Boss, there has to be something we can do to make him realize that this matters to Factor.
Ну, суммируя данные, вот, как пишут нам радиовышка, есть сам Фактор, он на данный момент находится во сне, скажем так, и ждет как бы своего часа, когда он сможет пробудиться и выстроить мир заново. То есть то, что на данный момент правит Metromind, Фактором было это, скажем так, дозволено. Он как бы предугадал, что ее правление приведет к полному разрушению и хаосу, и чтобы после ее правления, когда все заржавеет, как вот выразился вот этот вот фактотум, он смог заново все отстроить. Фактотум объясняет, что Фактору нет никакого интереса до них, если они являются, точнее, они не являются произведением, созданными Фактором, то есть его роботами. Вот. На что мы попытались переубедить его, сказать, что Metromind полностью разрушает город, но это было бесполезно. Единственное, на что как бы он обратил внимание, это вот голова робота, его любимчика, робота, которого он создал. Ну, соответственно, сам Фактор.
Do you recognize this?
I do. It is the head of Lawrence Factor built. Are you threatening me?
No. I'm showing you what Metromind has done while Factor slept. She turned Lawrence into a mindless shell, scavenging the underworks. The only thing he could still think was 518, over and over again, calling in vain for Factor to help him.
I see.
Do you?
Give me the hand. I do not care what happens to the city, nor does Factor. But he cared for Lawrence. You have brought me a piece of Lawrence. So I will give you pieces of what you asked for. 7510, 4803. As for the rest, awaken some other ghost.
Нам посоветовали найти остальных, чтобы заполнить полностью код, который мы ищем. Отдали мы останки Лоуренса, на что получает ответ, что он был дорог Фактору. И за это нам как раз таки отдали часть кода.
I have more pieces of the Council Code, Primer.
It's still not enough, I'm sorry to say. Now find me more shards and get on your way.
Так, на данный момент мы идем к киоску информационному. Это последняя часть кода там будет находиться, но запишем мы это в следующей части. А 5-я часть на этом заканчивается. Спасибо за внимание.